Dum. Hi everyone, we're gonna start in just a bit. We're checking for audio and visuals to come through. Once it clears up, I think we are good to go. All right, so YouTube is going nicely. I'm gonna start the class in just a bit. Hi, my name is Teacher Umar. Welcome to Maxis eKelas. We are on our YouTube live series right now. So if you're watching, you're probably on YouTube. If you have friends or family who you feel might benefit from this, let's say your parents, you feel like, Mom, Dad, you never understand how much trouble I go through learning all this. Why don't you join me? Grab them by the hand, bring them, sit them down, and then have fun as we move forward into this class. We also have previous classes pre-recorded. You can always find them on our portal. We'll talk about that much later. But for now, grab your paper, book, and pen, pencil, whatever utensils you may use. Get yourself comfortable. We'll be here for a while, and let's begin. As always, in our usual classes, I will now start sharing the slides in which you'll just see me clicking things. Do 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 do. Pum, pum, share. All right. So today we're going to go with fun with grammar. It's for the UPSR students of Malaysia. We're going to go for part 3. Today we're going to go through a few things. We're going to do Mumble Jumble, which is we're going to work with verbs this time. Then we'll go through, can I have a verb, please? And finally, we'll go through tenses mania, mania, mania. All right. So if you have questions, if you need to talk about anything, if you're not sure what you need to do, you can always just find us, like literally just ask us these things on our YouTube chat on this side. All right. So write it down. We have a teacher on hand. It won't just be me. Behind this screen, we have a team of people ready to like serve and help you in your learning process. Kalau korang pasti dengan apa yang awak tengah belajar sekarang ni, dipersilakan tanya di chat sebelah kiri. Yes, all right. We also have a sound effects team. They're amazing. All right, moving forward. Okay, so verbs. Apa itu verbs? What are verbs, teacher? Verbs are action words. Action. Examples of action words are run, talk, and sing. So verbs have forms called tenses that tell us when an action occurs. The verb used in a sentence, where kita guna verb, is changed depending on when the action takes place. Yesterday, tomorrow, now, is it still going? For example, June is talking to her mother. The base form of the verb talking is talk. The word talk, bercakap. Cakap, bercakap. However, it is changed to the present continuous tense. Ulang suara. Present continuous tense form as the action is currently taking place. If you're still talking, teacher is talking, that means it's happening right now. Hi, Akram. Welcome back to our class. So yes, we're going to be talking about verbs in this class. Talking is the continuous present form of the word. And that just means it's still going, continuous. Continuous here, the word continuous, if I'm going to highlight this one. The word continuous just means that it is currently ongoing. Just means that it's currently ongoing. All right. Now let's play some games so that we can get used to using these verbs. So the first game is Mumble Jumble. Now, here we have a few words that are not words, just random, not really random, letters jumbled up together. The letters for each of these verbs are jumbled up. Now, we want you, the students, to rearrange them. List out your answers in the chat box. The person who manages to rearrange all the verbs correctly in one chat bubble, that just means you write down all the answers first and then press enter, will win. And if you win, we'll mention your name. We will also mention honorable attempts. That just means that if you try and send something and it is slightly incorrect, or if we need to fix it, we will take the time to fix it. All right. As an example, I'll show you one of these words. So we have one here that is, number one is NRU. Can you try to say NRU? I can't tell. Usually our video classes are live and I get to hear you, but today, because it's a YouTube a YouTube live video, I won't get that live feedback. However, for the sake of this class, just try and say the word nru. So clearly that's not a word. Or if it is, it's not in the English language. Now, for that word, those letters, if rearranged, what verb would it make? My guess is it could be earn, but that's not a verb. An earn is basically a vase. It's a noun. It's not a verb. It's not an action. You can't earn. You can't go earning unless you're saying a different word. So if we put it as this, earn, that's not a verb. So don't think that's the way we want to put it up. Unless you're talking about this one. This is earn, which sounds the same, but it's not the same word. So let's clear that. Earn is to get, to reach, to collect, to be worth of something of value. All right. So NRU, rearranged, URN is not a verb, so that doesn't count. So what word could this be? Amalina, no, goes with the word run. Correct. The word is RUN. Amalina, good job. Nice. Are you also okay? Cool. So we have a stand. Nice. All right. So Amalina, no, being the effervescent stand that we have right now, says that the word NRU actually is RUN, run. So Amalina, no, you got the answer correct, making your oppas proud. All right. The second word here is again, not really a word. So what do you think is the verb? How would you rearrange this word? How would you rearrange the letters to get the, how would you rearrange the letters to have the right verb? First person to answer this one will also get honorable mention. But remember, the biggest winner is the first person to answer all of it. That means 15 words, all unjumbled correctly. I know, teacher, that's a bit too hard. It's okay. Take your time, all right? Take your time. No, any rush. Take your time and we'll get through it together. While you guys try, while everyone tries these words and tries to rearrange the letters, I'll read out the wrong ways to read it. Number 3 is blue. Number 4 is gray. Number 5 is iker. 6 is gissen. 7 is yandik. 8 is wolob. 9 is ogalbl. 10 is cattle. 11 is gish. 12 is tay. 13 is wek. 14 is ktin. And 15 is elef. If you're wondering, number 12 is Tay. Honorable shout out to Taylor Swift for being one of the most proactive musicians right now. Number 2 is jump. Is it jump? Is jump a verb, everyone? Yes, teacher, jump is a verb. Is a verb. Correct. Akram Jolaini coming in strong every week. Good job. It's lovely to see you in every class. Amalina No also comes with the right answer too. You are sunken in the running. Amalina No, you got that right. Good job. All right. I must say that within this class, especially in the chat room, thank you for everyone for not bringing Stan Wars here. Okay, let's keep it clean and let's keep it clear. All right. Number 3 is mumble. Mumble. Is that right? Is it not mumble? Mumble is not a word. Mumble is a word. Is it a verb? It is a verb. It is related to the quality of your speech. Mumble is a verb in which when you speak, you don't really say the words for it. This is basically an example of mumble. You don't really want to say the words properly and just all just mumbles up together. So you just mumble. That's a mumble. And that's something that I grew up having to learn to not do. So I went from, my name is Umar, to, hi, my name is Umar, and I'm going to do this today. All right. If you face that tricky thing about mumbling also, or if you have people telling you swallow your words, don't worry about it too much. Just keep talking and making an effort, and slowly it goes away. Or in the very least, you learn how to overcome it. All right. Okay, so I think everyone is trying to build up their words together and send it in. I'm gonna take a bit of a slow moment here, so no worries about it. Not any rush. It's 11:09, so we have some time left, so not to worry. I'm gonna skip to number 13. Here it is whack. It's whack, and that's not an actual word. Akram, Marina, you're doing great, but I do need all the answers to come in one chat box. That means one full list. It's all right, but that's in the importance of reading the question properly. It's something that you want to pay attention to in exams. Some questions, like for example, the correction questions in paper 2, asks you this to find the error, an error that is pertaining to the sentence, and your ability to find what tense and all that helps you answer these questions. But always, please make sure to read the questions first. Some are not clear in what they want, and it's meant to test your ability to understand questions. All right. Akram and Amalina, I love your energy, but I do need to have those answers in one long text terus. So 1 to 15. But yes, Amalina got correct. The word wek is actually chew. The word chew here is pertaining to the action of eating. It is cows are known to chew cud. That just means regurgitated grass. Number 10 is not cattle. Yes, it's not. Cattle in English means cows. It is a group of cows or animals that you rear. And rear in this sense means to gather together and like take care of. I know English is very confusing, teacher. Rear is not like the back of the car or like something in the behind. Correct. And it comes from the fact that when you rear animals, you come from their behind to lead them to a direction. So that's why the word rear is used that way. So yes, English is confusing. I will admit that. But there are ways for us to make it easier for us to understand, use, and also utilize. All right. Number 9 macam susah saja. Allah kram. Okay, let's look at this. The number 9 is ogalpel. Ogalpel. What could we find? What word could oops, there we go. Tersilap hantar answers pula. So if you caught that, great. If you didn't, good too. Try your best to find it. Oh, is it already in there? Oh, so our teacher has helped out with that. Number 9 is a bit tricky, but it's actually the word gallop. And gallop, teacher, what's gallop, teacher? Gallop is the speed in which a horse runs. A horse has different running speeds. One is canter, there's a trot, and a gallop. Okay, so if you want to learn about more about if you want to know more about the speed of horses running, you can ask me in the chat, or you can also finish this part of the question, and then we'll move on to answering that question, that part, which is what is the terms used to describe the speed of which a horse runs? There are quite a few. I will share with you what I know. Yes, it is very canggih. The word gallop actually helps riders to coordinate how fast a group of horses run. Correct. The speeds at which horses run can differ not only by speed, but also by how the horse runs. But that's a whole different class if you want to go into that. Teacher Umar, did you go for classes for horses? Yes, I did. So that's why I kind of know these things. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share the answers in a bit, but before I do, I'll explain the whole differences between horses or horse running types. So a trot just means that the horse is now skipping. The footsteps are now a bit different, where the left and right from front and back are slightly shifted. So that is a trot. Then there's gallop, which all 4 feet of the horses are now falling on, or still opposite sides. It's left, right, but a wider stance. Yeah, that's just it. And then canter means that the horse runs on each side one by one. So it's almost like a human running, but with 4 feet instead of 2. And that's the fastest one. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I may have gotten it incorrect. My lessons for horse riding was like years ago, so I don't remember. But if anyone else knows about the correct ones, please correct me in the chat group. We will reassess my horse knowledge later. All right, moving forward with class. Answers are going to be revealed in just a bit. If you want to have more time attempting this question without the answers, pause the video now. It is a live video, but you can always pause and catch up to us later. Or review this video at your own convenience at a different time. Let's move forward though with the answers in 3, 2, 1. Answers. So the first one is run, second one is jump, third is mumble. Those were correct, all 3. The fourth is agree. I agree with you. Agreeing is a verb. You must act out your agreement. 5 is cry. 6 is sing. 7 is dance. And 8 is blow. 9 is gallop. 10 is talk. not katil. 11 is sigh. 12 is eat. 13 is chew. 14 is think. And 15 is feel. So feel. And there you go. Those are all the verbs. Good job, everyone. If you were able to find it all, or if you were still in the working of finding all the answers, good job. And if for attempting, that's the best way for you to learn. Teacher here will only be able to teach as much as I can, but your learning is through your own efforts. And if you try, even if it's just a little bit, it's still going to be something more than when you started today. All right. So now we're going to go into game two. Game two is, can I have a verb, please? All right. The game here is name as many verbs as you can for alphabets displayed. You are given 1 minute to think before you have to list out your answers. So are you ready? Let's begin. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? So verbs today, we're going to start with the letter A, okay? A. Find the verbs beginning with the letter A. All right. So I'm giving everyone 1 minute. It's 11:16. We're going to come back to this at 11:17. 11:17. Oh, Akram, we haven't even made the 1 minute yet, but good effort, good energy here. I need you to compile it all together though, so please don't send one word by one word. Try to have as many lists of verbs that start with A, and then in that 1 minute mark, I'll give everyone like a 10-second countdown to send in your answers, and we'll compare who has the most, okay? I'm feeling we're gonna have a very good rivalry between Amalina and Akram, but who's to say? Tan, 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 tan. It's 11:17. You have 10 seconds to send in your answers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so Akram has 2 answers. Is that 2? Yes. Absorb, accommodate, accuse, adopt. Okay, 4. Wow. Okay, wow, Akram. Okay, I'm sorry. You have 4 answers. Good job. Wow, I'm proud of you, Akram. Everyone, soft applause for Akram, please. Woo. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyone else have any answers? No, Akram wins this round. 3, 2, 1, and Akram wins the first round for the letter A. As verbs beginning with the letter A, his verbs are absorb, accommodate, accuse, and adopt. All right. It seems that we have a spike in audiences when talking about horses. We'll come back to it one of these days. The next word, the verbs need to start with is M. The letter M. So can you think of verbs that start with the letter M? M as in what verb starts with M? What do you think? Your 1 minute starts now. It's 11:19. We'll come back to this at 11:20. Waiting for the answers from my students. Marry a verb. Yes, Agram makan is a verb, but in the wrong language. This is best eKelas English classes, not Malay classes. However, good attempt anyway. I see you understand the concept. I just need you to access the correct vocabulary. Good job, however. You're getting the grammar correct. It's the vocabulary that you're having trouble with right now. Marry, is it a verb? Well, it can be depending on how you use it. Can you marry someone? Yes. Is that an action you take? Yes. Then that means marry is a verb. Mary has a little lamb. Okay. Mashed, correct. When you mash up potatoes, you mashed them potatoes together, you get the word mashed, which is a verb. Also, mashed is very much it's a very strongly, I mean, for me personally, a very British word compared to like used in American content. Like chips and crisps. Well, this is just me talking to myself. 11:20. All right. So the first person again to have the most verbs with the letter M wins this round. Currently, Akram is standing uncontested. He has the words makan, which we will not count. We'll have mashed. We have mark. And I think that's it. That's it. All right. So standing with 2 words only, standing uncontested, Akram is coming in on top again. Wow. If in our normal classes we usually have things to give away, Akram, you would be in a high ranking position right now. So keep the energy up. We'll see you in future classes and hopefully you'll win something for yourself. All right. Moving on to the next one. Now we're going to look for verbs beginning with the letter C. Oh, there you go. Oh, wow. I have to take that back now. It's 11:21, but Amelina Namano comes in with the correct way to answer this exam question. Make, match, mean, meet, memorize, and miss. That comes into 6 words, Amalina. If it was up to me, I would say that you won this round, but we have passed that 1 minute mark. So, but still, good job, Amalina. Round of applause, everyone. So I'm going to put Amalina as our spiritual winner, but by competition standards, I currently win this round. But let's go to the next one. The next one is verbs beginning with the letter C. C. Does this make out C? Whichever way my hand points, that shows the letter C. All right. So the verb beginning with the letter C. Time starts now. It's 11:22. We'll come back to it at 11:23, and this will be the last one of this series. And we'll move on to the next game. 11:23. Verbs starting with the letter C. The first and like the most fastest word I can think of right now is cut, chop, center, corner. Though I'm not sure what corner. Corner sounds like corner sounds like a verb that Malaysians use, but not primarily being used by those who are from like not Malaysia. Ambil corner tu. Betul lah. It's a Malay verb. Would it be in English? I cornered something. No, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, cornered. Yeah, I can. Cornering the prey. Yes. Okay. Wow, Akram, nice. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Okay, so Akram at 11:23 comes in with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cry, carry, comb, climb, chop, cracks. Those are his answers. Let's see if Melina comes in at 11:23 with her answers. I'm assuming. I can't be sure, so I'm going to go with there. So I am hoping Amanda comes with their answers soon. 11:24, and the time has ended. For this competition, Akram stands with his 6 words: cry, carry, comb, climb, chop, cracks. Crow. Probably, maybe not. Maybe some other students are super shy and they're nervous, but it's okay. Everyone's learning at their pace. I am gonna say thank you to Akram and also Amalina for being the best students that we've had, that are helping us out and giving their answers in which all the other students can learn from too. And that's great too. All right. So for the students who are watching who are a bit nervous answering, it's okay. All right. Everyone's learning at their pace, and we're lucky to have our fellow friends be so brave. So, and you are a part of that. You get to learn from your friends too, and that's also a lot of fun. All right. So everyone say thank you to Akram and also to Amalina. They have been an amazing help. And hopefully we'll see more people becoming more braver to answer in the chat group. All right. So the answers for this, I think Akram comes in the lead with cry, carry, comb, climb, chop, crack. Cry, carry, comb, climb, chop, and cracks. All right. All right, so we're going to skip this because we're almost to the end of our class. We're going to move to the next one, 11:30, correct, teachers? Yes, all right. So we're going to move to the last game since it's 11:25. We have 5 minutes left. Usually we rush this part if we need to take attendance, but this is a YouTube live series, so we don't take attendance here. Instead, we say goodbyes and we'll move on to the next session of the class, which takes some time to prep. So quickly now, present tense and past tense. Okay, everyone's still thinking about the game. I need everyone to shift into the new part, which is this one. Present tense and past tense. Tenses are used to tell us when an action occurs. Simple present tenses are used to express habits, general truths, and for actions that happen habitually. Example, she walks to school every day. Habitually just means that they do it at a constant and consistent pace. Consistent here being the normal thing. Sorry, consistent here is the primary focus. Habitually just means that it's a repeating thing, that you do it by habit, that happens consistently. Constantly is like when it happens all the time. Consistently, that happens every time. All right. Simple past tenses are used for actions that happened in the past. Example, she went to the supermarket yesterday. Simple past tenses happen in the past, no longer occurring. She went to the supermarket yesterday. But teacher, what if she went to the supermarket again today? Again, two different situations and not every single day. Unless she goes to the supermarket every day. Then she goes to the supermarket every day. It was just yesterday she went. All right, let's play some games on tenses. So tenses mania. Dun, 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 dun. The question here is, give the past tense form of the word displayed and form a sentence where the past tense form of the word is used correctly. Teacher, I tak faham. If you're feeling this way, don't worry about it. Take a short breather. Okay. The question is asking you to just give the past tense form and then make a sentence from it. So if you're going to refer to the previous slide, what's the past tense form? Here went instead of goes. So she went to the supermarket, and we'll just need you to form a sentence with it. Not too difficult. So the word here is sing. What's the past tense word of sing? Once you've confirmed what that is, which we'll do in the chat group, we'll then start to form the sentence. All right. So I'm going to give everyone 1 minute to catch up, process what they've just listened to, and then we'll try to do this. We'll try to get at least 2 answers done before the end of this class. It's 11:28. Hi, Nurka Maria Farhana. Welcome to our class. Right now, we're doing our UPSR class. You can feel free to join this one. If you're joining for the PT3 one, we're coming up in just a bit. If you are not part of those classes anyway, you're more than welcome to join and ask questions as you need be. For those who are in above classes, it's going to be a great way for you to review. For those who are from the younger classes, it's okay too. Basically, you're learning this super early at your convenience. All right. So the word here, sang, correct. The past tense of the word sing is sang. He sang a song during my birthday party last night. Oh, so Agrab comes in with the correct answer. First and foremost, let's everyone confirm that the past tense of the word sing is sang. Everyone confirmed about that? Everyone good? Okay, cool. So can everyone say the word sang? Sang. All right, together. Okay, so if we all say the word sang together, the whole of Malaysia is saying sang, and those who are not watching will be like, why are they saying that word? Why are you hearing it everywhere? Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Sang. All right, good job. That's good. That's a good job, everyone. Confusing everyone with the word sang. No one knows why is everyone saying it. Okay, cool. So, Amalina. Oh, wow. I was right. Amalina is a stan. Nice. So Amalina says sang. BTS sang their Billboard #1 song for Time magazine. I saw the video. Amazing. All right. Okay, maybe okay, teachers for Maxis eKelas, let's not like harp too much on a specific band. We know we love them, but this is a class. Okay, everyone, let's stay professional. All right, so the word sang can be used as that. We'll refer to Akram's example here. He sang a song during my birthday party last night. It's 11:30, so I don't think we can go for another word anymore. If you enjoyed this class, come join us in the next one, or come sign up for our portal, and we'll love to have you in a class where we can actually give feedback and even respond to each other. I will now, before I end this class, say thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed yourself. We learned about the few ways we can use verbs and its tenses, and we talked about past tense and present tense in its basic format. We played games to fully understand it, and we enjoyed each other's company. Let's give another round of applause for Amalina and Akram for sharing and answering questions. I will share with you the first line of my own personal happy birthday song. Selamat Hari Jadi. And if you want to join, if you want to know the full song, come join us for future classes in the future. All right. All right. This was Maxis eKelas. My name is Teacher Umar. Thank you for joining. I'll see you literally right after this for the PT3 exam students. All right. Thank you so much and goodbye. All right. So I'm going to mute it for a bit. All right. So if you're still sitting here, I need for you to take a breather, close your eyes, and open up again. In count of three, I will now start the next class, and I want to make sure that you're starting on a new note. Okay? We just finished the class. I don't want you to feel like we're continuing with no borders. All right. So on the count of three, 1, 2, 3. Hi guys, welcome to Maxis eKelas. We're doing our classes for English. If you see my face, we're usually studying English. We're going to now focus on the PT3 students. We've had amazing students in the past session for the half an hour before this. We had Akram and Amalina being one of our best student answerers for the session. I'm looking for maybe new students, but perhaps if not, if Amalina and Akram are still joining us, that's the beauty of an online class. You get to learn these things in advance. All right, let's begin. I am now going to slow myself down. This was just an energy upper for everyone who's still joining us or who are feeling a bit apprehensive. Not to worry. Hi, my name is Teacher Umar. This is Maxis eKelas. Welcome to our session. All right, this is our YouTube live series. If you're joining us for the first time, usually we do online Zoom classes. We get to talk to each other and have that forward and backwards. Now, because it's a YouTube live, you have the power to pause the video if you're confused, rewind it if you want to review, or even perhaps log off for a bit and come back later when the video has finished processing and you get to watch it at your convenience. Our main goal isn't for the finishing of a class, it's that you go walking away from this class with the most that you can. All right, and as always, with our class, I will now spend some time bringing the slides onto the screen. 3, 2, 1, boom. All right, so if you joined our previous class, I shared with you my own personal song about Selamat Hari Jadi. The first line goes something. If you want to watch it, you can always rewind this video. The second line goes, oh man, even I can't remember that song anymore. All right, if you want to know more of the song, you can join us in the next video. For now, let's move on with class. So in this class for PTT students, it's game time. Today, we're going to go through flash nouns and sentencing verbs. Let's begin. So game one we're going to play with is flash nouns. Name as many common nouns as you can for each category. You are given 3 minutes for each category, and the student with the greatest number of correct nouns listed for each category wins. Now let's begin. Teacher, what is noun? Just a moment, I'll show you the category, and then we'll see if we can decipher what it is. If you're PT3, I'm assuming you've already learned it. Now we're going to try and unlock that back for you, that information, all right? Sorry. So the first one is places. Places, things, and animals. Okay, let's start with places first. Do you remember what nouns are? And if you can, what are the nouns related to places? But teacher, won't you explain to us what nouns are? I will in a bit. I want to see where my students are at in this part of the class. So just a short 1 minute time limit. I just want to see what your answers are. Please answer. It can be right, it can be wrong. I just need to know where everyone is with this. All right, so Akram has the first one here with the answers. School, market, shopping mall, and city. That is correct. But teacher, why are those words common nouns? What's the difference between common nouns and whatever the other nouns are? So there are two types of nouns that we're going to refer to today. One is common nouns and one is proper nouns. Common nouns are basically places, things, objects that you refer to that are everyday, they are regular. Whereas proper nouns are used to refer to specifics, to a specific person, thing. So if you were to say, let me think of a place, maybe Kelantan, would you capitalize that word? Yes, but would you capital maybe perhaps say city without any referral to anything? City by itself has no capital unless you're talking about KL City. KL City is a proper noun because you're referring to a specific noun. And the importance of understanding the difference, ya semua. Pentingnya kami boleh mengenal pasti di mana satu itu proper and also common. The reason you need to know what the difference is between common and proper is so that when you write your exam papers, you know which words to capitalize. But teacher, capitalization is so small. Well, yes, but if you were to write a text that has 50 capitalization, 50 words you need to capitalize, and you only have 30 marks, that means you might lose a lot of marks. That's why it's important for you to understand the difference between proper and common nouns. All right. So, places. Akram has the right of it. Yes, you refer to schools, markets, shopping malls, all of them without specifics, with smaller letters, no capitalization, and that is a common noun. Unless you're talking about a specific one. So if from where I stay, if I were to refer to Paradigm Mall, then Paradigm Mall would be capitalized. But if it's just a mall, a regular mall, then it's going to be uncapitalized. So gym, is it a place? Yes, it is a place, and you will refer to as the word gym with a not, sorry, you would refer to the gym in sentence writing, not capitalized. Amalina no answer city. Correct. Yes. The word city is not capitalized. It is also a common noun. There are dozens, handfuls, bushfuls of cities across the world, and they are very commonplace. However, if you refer to, let's say, KL city, then yes, city would then also have to be capitalized because talking about a specific one, and it's a name if city is referred to in name. If you're talking about KL as one of the cities involved, then city would not be capitalized. All right, thank you, Hairil. Good job. Welcome for joining us in this class. So next thing is things. So everyone, I'm going to give everyone 1 minute to think about it and then list out as many common nouns as you can regarding to the theme things. All right, 1 minute starts now. It's 11:39. We'll come back to it at 11:40. Hi, hi. So Abdullah, whose name starts with ZXUAN. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Is it Zuan or Juan? Kwan? Usually I'll take the time to go into the video and talk to the students, ask them their names. It's always important to pronounce your students' names correctly. I'm gonna try and say Juan Abdullah. If I'm incorrectly pronouncing it, please tell me in the chat. I will correct it. Okay. It's important for my students, for me to know that my students understand that I respect how to pronounce people's names. I may not be able to, but I am trying, and that's all I can do for now. All right, so Akram has the answers here. Bottle, table, pen, correct. Those are common nouns. They are not referring to anything specific unless in your life there's one bottle, the bottle that you cannot touch, and you're trying to talk about that bottle. Then that bottle specifically, the untouchable bottle, would then be capitalized. That would be a proper noun. Whereas here, hey, can you grab me a bottle? The bottle is not capitalized. It is just a random bottle, and among an array of bottles. Then we have Kedah answering pencil. Correct. Pencil is also a common noun. Saya sebuah pencil. I am a pencil. The pencil will not be capitalized unless you're talking about I, the pencil. Then yes, proper noun. Amalia comes with the answer: flower, shoe, pencil, chair. So flower, shoe, pencil, chair are also common nouns. Correct. Hi, Gunung Hile. Welcome to our class. Kedah answers table. Yes, table is not is a common noun. It can also be a verb, but I'm not going to confuse you here. Focusing on this one, it is now a noun. All right. So I think we're good with things. We're going to move forward. It's 11:41. We're halfway through our class already. We're going to go to occupations. This is tricky. So occupations. Find your common nouns for occupations. What are the common nouns related to occupations? This is tricky because titles usually are proper nouns. However, that is an incorrect assumption. I'll give you an example. Board of directors, regardless of how highly you see them, board of directors is not capitalized. I had a meeting with my board of directors in regards to our company, not capitalized. However, I am meeting a few friends at the board of directors ball. Specific party, board of directors, then is capitalized. That is a proper noun. So yes. What words are related to occupations that are common nouns? Oh, we have some person internets back here. Welcome back to our classes. I know we're used to having the video chats, but right now we're going to go for the YouTube live stream. You can still comment and contact with me through the comment section on my left. All right. Sorry, right. Oh, writer, correct. All right, so Kedah comes in with the word writer. Good job. There are many options for you to work for in writing work. What you need to do though is make sure that your grammar, your vocab, and also your formatting is on point. The formatting here being the key, because a lot of times writing work is unformatted and it needs to be formatted. A lot of work comes into that. Also diction or dictation, which means that you want to make sure that you write down words you hear correctly. All right. Akram comes with actor, singer, and idol. Wow, Akram. I am looking forward to seeing your content in the future. Amarina goes with musician, and Gunung Hile goes with army. Army. Okay. When you say army, do you mean soldiers or do you mean fans? I need to clarify this. Gunung Hile? I want to answer that if you were at army for a K-pop band, I'm not gonna side with any like army here, but it is a job. I will tell you that this is a job that you can go for. However, it is very tricky. Your competition is steep, and you need to have very, very good internet and good networking. I would not recommend it unless it is something that you have truly, truly studied and want to be. So spend some time thinking about it and really finding out what it takes to be an army manager. All right. Gunhile clarifies with it being soldier, good option. It's actually a very decent job to have in Malaysia. Once you become part of the army, you can choose to enlist to become part of the active participating workforce, or you can be part of the passive workforce that gets an allowance and is called upon in times where the country is in dire needs of manforce, in particular to safety and security. So good job option. Nice. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. I think my students truly understand the difference between proper and common nouns in specifics to occupations. All right. So now we're going to go through to game 2. It's 11:45. We are now at the mid mark of our class. Before we move on to game 2, I'm going to ask everyone for a favor. I need everyone to take a breather. So just Please lean back on your chair, stretch a bit, and breathe, and then out. And if you saw that video, you will see me looking in a very weird position. So yes. All right, there we go. All right, everyone, I have been taking a breather. Let's begin to the next part, which is game 2, sentencing verbs. Let's begin. All right, so you will be given a few verbs. Oh, why am I getting cut off? Okay. You'll be given a few verbs. Take out a sentence using the verb in the past tense. The fastest student to list out their sentence in the chat box wins. The verb must be used correctly. And let's begin. All right. Again, I'll repeat myself. You'll be given a few verbs. You'll need to type out a sentence for everyone to read. The fastest student to list out their sentence in the chat box, the verb being used correctly, wins. All right. Let's begin. All right. The word here is begin. So please, first person to answer this sentence, the first person to send in a sentence using this verb correctly wins this round. Time starts now. There is no prep limit. All right, so I'm going to give an example. Maybe everyone feels a little bit nervous, but the sentence here begin. I shall begin my class with the following slides. There you go. That's a sentence using the word begin. The correct tense, however, is in its past tense. So began. The word begin in its past tense is began. So I began my class with a few slides. Do we have any more answers? So my approach is always to look at the sentence by forming the sentence first and then changing the tense. My ability to do that is easier. Oh, began and begun. All right. Give me a moment. Let me just check first. Time has been since the race began. Gunhile, correct? Okay, so began is a simple past tense. Does not require an auxiliary verb, whereas for past participle begun, it does need one. So can I have an example of it? Let me just bring it up. Let's see. He began to study for the test at midnight. For begun, you have to use it like this. By morning, he had begun to forget everything he'd studied that night. So begun usually has to have a supporting auxiliary verb. And in this case, it would be had. So you can't just use, I begun my classes. It does not sound fancier. You have to say, I had begun to forget the things I learned last night. There's a had have before that. It's called an auxiliary verb. It's part of a more advanced class we'll have in future, but not for now. But it's a good question. So good job, Akram. If you want to know more, just simply put in your search table there, put began versus begun. It will talk about auxiliary verbs. It's still under the whole tense class. So we will discuss about this in the future. So begin is the present tense, began is the simple past, begun is past participle. Teacher, confusing. That's why we didn't include it in for this class. However, it's a good question. Good job, Akram. The concert had began. Oh, Amalina, that is a very interesting incorrect way to use it. Because you're using a past participle here, the concert had begun. So the correct form for that sentence, the concert had begun, not began. All right. If you want to correct it in the past, simple past tense, it would be the concert began a few minutes ago. Let's begin our trip is an incorrect tense also. It's let's begin our trip. Let's present tense, our trip, no signifier of whether it's past, past, present, or future. So let's, I'm assuming a simple present. So it should be let's begin our trip. Let's begin our trip. Compare that to we began our trip half an hour ago, and then someone referring to it, they have begun their trip. This is past participle. They have begun their trip in dire straits, or they have half an hour ago they had begun their trip. There we go. So we're going to move on to the next one, but this has become an even more complex class. Now we're not discussing simple, present, past, and then past participle. Let's move on to the next one. Arrive. Arriving. All right. So the next word is arrive. Again, the question asks us to change it to a past tense form and then make a sentence of it in the past tense. Now, I prefer to have the sentence first and then change the whole sentence to the past tense format. But that's me. You can always change the word first and then make the sentence from there. The word here being arrive, past tense of arrive is. Now this one's a bit easier. There is no change of form of the word. It's simply just an addition of a letter. That's my hint for you today. Akram comes with the first answer coming up on the chat, which is he arrived last night. Correct. When then Pusat Internet Kedah comes with the answer. When they arrived downstairs, everyone was waiting. I have to look into this one. When they had arrived, everyone was waiting. When they had arrived. So this sentence is a bit of a run-on. It won't be regularly used this way. The grammatically correct way would to write it as when they had arrived downstairs, everyone was already waiting. Because it's a combination of two different things. We're talking about a past continuous tense because waiting. Then you had also arrive downstairs, which is a location which is not usually used. People would regularly separate it with when they had arrived, everyone was waiting downstairs. Because that's the standard way, so it's a bit confusing. This would trip up most people who scan their sentences for words or sentences that feel incorrect. However, to grammatically correct it, it would be when they had arrived, everyone was waiting. You can also put location. When they had arrived downstairs, everyone was waiting. So that would be the way to move forward with that sentence. But good job, Kedah. I'm sorry if I confused you. This is just a sentence that takes a bit more analysis because it's conjoined. It's basically two sentences combined together. So there's a lot more analysis that goes into it compared to just one simple sentence. But again, a very strong sentence. Whoever wrote this, I'm like, wow, this is a nice one. All right, it's 11:54. I don't want to wait too long. I think this is going to be our last game already. So what I'd like to do is go through a few more words. I think we have a few more. Yes. So we're going to go through a few more and then we'll call it a day for today. All right. So let's go with the word entertain. I chose this one because I feel like we have a lot of stands and armies in this class today. But before I move on, Gunung Hili comes with the last answer, which is finally arrived in the Peninsula, Malaysia. All right, finally arrived in Peninsula, Malaysia. Sounds like a pilot thing to say. I'll try that. Terima kasih semua penumpang sekalian. We have finally arrived in Peninsula, Malaysia. Thank you for flying with us. Have a good day. All right, so finally arrived here is correct. However, the sentence is incomplete because finally arrived in Peninsula, Malaysia has no direction towards who is saying it to whom. So ideally, you have it with maybe they finally arrived in Peninsula, Malaysia. Congratulations, everyone. We finally arrived to our destination. Your parcel arrived to your location half an hour ago, etc. Without the subject in the sentence, we have a hard time understanding what the sentence is for. So always make sure to have that your sentence, that full structure of subject, object, and verb orientation. A bit of an advanced thing, but we usually will go for the format of SVO, which is subject for object. So, for example, I liked him, I ate that, you ran here. It's a very basic format for sentence structure. I hope that it helps anyone if it does. It's something that I wouldn't actually share unless like it's more of a personal class. But yes, finally arrived in Peninsula Malaysia is 80% correct. Just add the subject. She finally arrived in Peninsula Malaysia. 11:56, entertain. An example, Teacher Umar, don't you ever stop talking? Well, it's supposed to be a class, so I'm going to keep talking. Okay, so entertain. The past tense of entertain is entertained. Why is Cikgu eKelas answering first? Okay, is everyone a BTS fan here? Because if they are, then great. It makes it easier for me. I am so sorry for students who are watching this in the future where it's no longer live. But yes, apparently in this class, a lot of them are BTS fans. The sentences are: teacher comes in first with they entertain their fans wholeheartedly, and then Akram follows after that with BTS entertained their fans with special live performance last night. I need to correct that one. BTS entertained their fans with a special live performance last night. It was one performance, unless BTS pulled out a myriad of performances. Then it's BTS entertained their fans with special live performances last night. That has to be clarified. All right. Good job, Cikgu eKelas and also Akram. Amalina is now just going to go full army. Great. Amazing. My students are BTS fans. Okay. Not a problem though. Most of my friends and when I studied in college also were BTS fans, and they will tell you that they are great. The sentence structure and also the grammar in their lines and their songs are, for the most of it, correct. Unless they're rapping, then when it's that, rappers and also poets take a lot of liberty with sentences. But to do that, you must first know the rules, because if you know the rules, you can then break those rules effectively. All right, 11:58. I think we have no more sentences. Oh, all right. So we're going to call this class to an end. I think we're good for now. I'm going to bring up all the slides slowly. You can pause them if you want to and practice this when you want to again. So if you're watching this video in the future, if you want to take a chance and practice yourself with this exercise, just pause the video as we go on these slides and attempt the sentences when you can. The question was, change the verb into its past tense and then make a sentence from it. All right, thank you everyone for joining. All right, so hi everyone again. My name is Teacher Umar. This was Maxis eKelas. We were studying today verbs and how to make it into sentences, and also a simple exercise to practice its past tense format. If you enjoyed this class, want to be part of the new future classes, or if you want to get updates of our new video releases, we'll be recording some of the classes too. So if you ever need to review or have a refresher course, you can always just join us, subscribe down below, tell us for this class, share, because it's the theme for today. please share your favorite video link to a BTS video on the chat group for your friends. Okay, this video will be alive for a while. Find the comment section and post your favorite BTS fan, and then take a look at it and look for the lyrics. Ideally, if you can find one that's an English language one, if you find a song that has a lot of English lines, look for it and look for the best sentence that you like that is in past tense and has a verb. That is the exercise, okay? So go watch your favorite BTS video, look for the lyrics, find the English sentence in it, find the past tense verb, and then if it's incorrect or if there is a problem with it, send us the correct version of that song line. All right, that is our exercise homework for today. I will not check, but it will be seen in the comment section below. I will check it there and reply if I feel like it, if it's a really good one. All right, my name is Teacher Umar. This was Maxis eKelas. You can find us online at eKelas.com.my. Is that correct, teachers? That's our link, eKelas.com.my. Yes, all right. So that's our link, eKelas.com.my, for our previous recorded videos. We are online and available for your ease because we want you to study and learn and be the best you can be. Parents, if you're watching this, please join your children together as they learn. English is a tricky language, but can be learned. Can be learned with appropriate effort and support. All right. That was Maxis eKelas. My name is Teacher Umar. Have a nice day. Goodbye.